Now that we've got the basic knowing where we are and who the sparks are, I feel I can totally focus on the black perspective on issues of race. I'm very curious to see if I am reacted to differently as black Bruno than I am as white Bruno.
I'm in this project to see if black people are just the same as white people.
By becoming a black girl, I want to see if I can identify with other black kids and learn about their culture.
Today, I'm going out to look for a job as a white Brian in an all-white community. I would like to see it will be easier for me as a white man to get a job because I'm white. When they see me, they'll see likeness. It'll be easier for me to fit in.
Hey, you must be Brian.
Brian.
You're here for an interview.
I sure am.
All right, well, let me just take you over to a table, and then we'll get you to fill out some stuff.
Leo's Bar is an all-white neighborhood, and I would like to be a bartender because alcohol brings out the truth. If you're a bartender, if black was brought up in a white surrounding when the patrons are drunk, I think it's much different than sober.
You don't have a job now. You haven't had a criminal record. We need to do a background check on you. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm just, thrilled you guys interviewing me, give me the chance for this.
Well, once you're on, you're part of the family,
Okay, I like that.
Right.
I got the job.
Hey.
Thank you for this opportunity, and I promise I won't let you down.
Oh, I know
Same
you
here.
won't. I know you won't.
They told me, welcome to the family. They knew I was white when they said, welcome to the family. I'm in the Leo family. I'm in the Leo family. So I'm white now, so I'm in there.
Today I went to the mall and I met Duran and Poetry, who are in charge of a slam poetry class. They knew that I was white, but I was still in black makeup.
Do you know anything about that poetry jam?
No!
We teach poetry workshop because there's so many beautiful poems out there, but they're not performed right. We teach performance and writing skills.
I like to write poetry, and I've never learned how to. I've written it myself.
If you write poetry, we're like, oh, you're in the house.
I'm really excited about taking this poetry class because I want to know what it's like to be black. I want to immerse myself in the culture.
Do you have any poems
Like in my head?
or in your head, or do you have
Or
any written?
down that you would have memorized, only because the first class, at least, right, we're gonna have everybody read something, or at least, and
So we can see where you are.
where you are, what we need to work on.
Wow.
And it's easier if you have it memorized.
I've got an assignment and I'm downright feeling intimidated.
I've never tried to do slam poetry. It's scary for me to know that I've got so much potential to fail.
Anything that'll speak about you or something that you can memorize.
Well, I could always do one tonight and just work on it.
It'll have to be memorized
Yeah.
and written.
Today I went to several car dealerships to see if I'm treated any differently as a black person.
I've spoken to black friends. They'll say that you don't know what it is to be the black man who's looked at with suspicion. Somebody looks at me and they have hatred because I'm black. That will be soul-shaking.
Let me get the kids for you. Okay, thank you. Appreciate your time.
What do we do, honestly, what do we do to our inner business today?
It's kind of interesting. I was on the lot no more than 20, 30 seconds before somebody would notice me and come right over to me.
What if you don't have such good credit?
When I tell them that I have lousy credit, they tell me that I'm going to have to put more money down. I think that's rather standard.
Didn't seem to me that anyone was keying in on my blackness.
In general, I got excellent service, and I'm finding that I'm treated exactly the same, whether I'm black or whether I'm white.
What about you guys? What have you learned so far?
I've learned a lot.
Like
I've learned
what?
a lot. I learned that, as a black man, I buy my shoes. They just hand me the shoe and say, here, try it on. But my first day as a white guy, I go and buy some shoes. They take my foot and put it in the shoe. I bought golf shoes out of a golf pro shop before. Didn't happen. So, I'm not saying that it always happens, but it was just my first time, and I was like, wow.
At the car dealership, as a black man, what I experienced is I'm getting the reaction from people that I usually get as white Bruno. And that's telling me a lot.
From what I hear from you, I don't feel that you're getting the experiences that I go through on a daily. Bruno's been white all his life until these last few days. So he doesn't know what to look for or what to expect. If you're not used to it in your daily life, then you're not gonna look for anything new just because you have all black makeup. I just think the little things that you never think about is always on our mind as black men.
What I totally believe is it's the individual, regardless of whether he's white or black. I'm gonna come as Bruno, as a black man, okay? And I'm gonna show everybody courtesy. I'm gonna deal with life the way Bruno does, and I'm gonna appear black. My theory is, it starts with, personal responsibility. You get out of life what you put into it. I come from a place of not expecting to be assaulted by racism. And maybe that's a huge difference. They're so aware of the fact that they are black and that they are separate and they are different. Well, you said, you guys are going to get a lot more out of this than I am because, you're going to be black and I'm going to be white.
Right.
Okay, well, you said it was going to happen. So far, I'm kind of waiting for somebody to go, hey,
But it's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
It's, well,
it's not
you
going to
said
happen.
I really don't think that Bruno's getting the black experience yet, and I'm not sure if he's going to ever open his mind to it.
You're saying you think you know that I started to experience something. I'm telling you, no. No.
Going to a poetry thing, and I don't have anything memorized yet, and I would have liked to. That's not so good if I needed to write a poem and memorize it. I really love words. I do. And to me, you can never have enough adjectives.
I want everybody to introduce themselves and tell me your favorite entertainer.
My name is LaToya Hicks. My favorite artist is Mary J. Blige.
My name is Cherie Busby, and my favorite entertainer is Prince.
Okay, blessed. I'm an avid Michael Jackson fan.
My name is Jonathan. My favorite performer is Dave Chappelle.
My name is Rose, and my favorite entertainer, I kind of love the Cranberries. So,
The Cranberries.
Love the Cranberries.
Diverse.
Offbeat. Yeah, exactly, definitely.
You only have one opportunity to make a first impression. So my first impression was like, I love the Cranberries. What was that?
Whenever we do our poems, we have to stand up, okay?
I don't know how to face this. I'm standing in the mirror faceless. My mom is at my shoulder telling me to escape this. There's so many far before me with war-like stories of prison and death. I'll take a deep ass breath.
What is this that torments my existence, that removes the joy in every single instance?
Whoa. Who got the idea that I was ready for this? I felt like a lamb in the lion's den.
I'm always down for my black people, though sometimes they be acting so evil. Unbelievable how my patience remains. Though at times I feel an alien blood runs through these veins, and this thought sustains. The alien is me.
These people rock, and they're speaking about being black from their heart of hearts. And I'm hoping to God that this sounds black.
Okay. Thank you. Many words, my life, the so simple complexities of a human psyche. To even relish in my thoughts of romantic stride. My skin to his, my touch returned. A mutual undulation of want and reciprocal acceptability and performance. A ritual so profound, the taste of sex. The body, flush with hot and sticky fantastic. A basket of unbroken fruit, a dripping bouquet of red, ripe woman. The pulp of the soul spread lavishly over the human chemistry when discovery and pleasure were encouraged. Thank you.
Were you nervous? Yeah, I felt that you were nervous. So
Yeah.
this.
You have a lot of big words. I have a lot of big words. I don't get, and you have to know your audience and know that if you're speaking to an audience of people, that not everybody's gonna understand what you're talking about.
That was hard.
This project is so much more unnerving and probing than you can possibly expect it to be.
So how was today for you, Rose?
Yeah, I was just about to ask you.
It was incredible. Some of the most beautiful, intense poetry I've heard in a long time. Everything was just from the heart. Racism, prejudice, black lifestyle came up a lot because they were talking about being black.
So did you get up and say anything?
I did. But here I am in front of everybody and I'm like, I hope it at least is black enough to get through this class. Like,
You know what? If I'd have got in there for the first time, I would have done it.
I was like shaking my socks.
Yeah, that's courage. Rose has a good head on her shoulder, and I think Bruno can take a page from Rose's book and learn.
That is one place I do not want to get found out. Like,
oh really?
Oh yeah, no. The only way I feel okay being in there is if I work my ass off. They're doing something incredible there.
really like?
I don't feel like that would be respectful of me. I don't know how I'm feeling right now because I want to strike up friendships, and if something went wrong, like if they found out that I was white, somebody's not gonna feel cool about it. I don't want to go in there again and do what I did. Just don't.
My dad is always talking about how whites are treated differently than black people. But my generation now, we really don't see all that. We just see people. As long as you cool with us, then we cool with you.
Oh my goodness, check it out.
Oh my God. Wow, amazing.
I'm gonna be white today, so I wanna go and do something only white kids do.
Today I'm going to etiquette class with Nick to see how well he blends in with white kids.
Nice to meet you, Claudia.
Claudia Rose, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Rose. Hi, I'm Claudia. Nice
Nick.
to meet you. Nick. Etiquette, actually, it's not just rules, it's the way you behave, the way you're gonna be accepted.
Basically, it teaches you how to eat at fancy restaurants and how to greet people and be polite.
I wanna see you pretend to eat your soup.
Pretend you're really eating.
Pretend you're really eating. Okay, you eat from the inside to the outside. Yeah. Remember, when your mom used to feed you, it was like this?
Yes.
Okay, you guys are grown-ups now.
I actually don't think Nick is enjoying himself at all. I know that you were still acting like yourself, and you do have a real vernacular that's quite, like, I mean, at least stereotypically black.
I'm always gonna be myself.
Yeah, you're not gonna be working with how you act, as in like enunciating and stuff like that.
Can't act white.
You can't. Okay, so that's your opinion?
Really can't. I just don't, really see no point into this racism thing. I'm not the racist person, so all that stuff doesn't really matter to me.
So what's kind of your like goal for this then?
Just a pass.
Just a pass?
I'm here for the fun.
Today will be the first day that I'll work at Leo's bar. It's a little all-white bar. There's a bartender. It's cool. I'm being the fly on the wall and get to see a day in white.
Oh, you want to establish a rapport with all these guys. If you take care of them, they're going to take care of you.
I have to speak proper grammar, or as the black community say, I have to speak white. Yes, see? Okay, I'm going to have to watch you. You must be a real regular right here. Then I got into some conversation with a guy. There you go. It was so easy because they thought I was so white up in there. I just asked him a simple question. What is the neighborhood like?
Yeah, well, this is pretty much a white area, so you won't have any problems.
Oh, okay. Fit right in.
I grew up in this neighborhood, and this is one of the last somewhat unaffected bastions of middle-class Caucasian America inside Los Angeles.
Nice,
If you
quiet
go to the-
community.
Most of the cities around this area have changed significantly. This is the one that's almost like it's been insulated for some reason.
Wow. I kind of got that feel when I came through this neighborhood.
And the neighbors
that
want
it
it to
was
stay that way.
Exactly.
They don't want a lot of change. They don't want a lot of building. They don't want a lot of immigration because they've seen what's happened in the peripheral communities.
Oh, okay.
And it's taken the quality of life down.
He just like went on and on. This is the last little white community. We want to keep it like this. In other words, this will be the place for you to move and bring your white family if you want to have your kids raised in a good neighborhood.
This area up here has somehow remained untouched. So
that's interesting.
So if you're looking for a safe place to raise your kids, you can't do better than this, I think.
I think if I was in there black, of course I wouldn't get that kind of information. But because he thought I was white, he had that comfort zone. He spilled his guts. I was really blown away for him to say all that to me. It was tough. I know there is some people like that, but you want to think of this as a much better place.